Letting the intros play, I love it. Master of Storm's going up against Sektor. And getting a clean jump in to start off the round. This is not what you want to do for GandyMan, but very nice blocks. Trying to go for a back two there as a counter poke. That is not going to work. Thursday just putting on a quick clinic. Here you go. There's that corner push we were talking about. This is much more comfortable, but Thursday scouting out that stagger, and that was lightning fast. What happened?
Yeah, that was a great read on the stagger. That's something that you see a lot of people respect against Raiden players, but he doesn't quick rise and get the combo. Oh, that's a big mistake early from GandyMan.
But luckily for him, it did not go punished, so he has a chance to keep some of this pressure game. Very smart reversal grab, putting him more towards the corner, and this is what we're talking about. He's going to occupy that space for as long as possible, but he jumps right into the corner. And the beautiful dunk. Going to take him downtown, try to push more towards the corner.
And Thursday. I love watching Thursday week in and week out because he loves actually utilizing the hard knockdown off the rock out and going for the 50-50. Oh, and go for the flamethrower right after going armor for armor. And two very good arm moves, and what an anti-air stand jab from Thursday. Puts out the rocket, there is no escape. That is death.
That really is pretty much the foundation of what Master of Storms can do. And we've seen GandyMan with the dirt before. We've seen him in previous weeks have pretty much every setup at his disposal. His problem is keeping that corner pressure. And we're seeing how Thursday is just not respecting that mid-range game. And in all reality, he doesn't need to. Oh, unfortunately not there, but he just lets it all out on the line. So GandyMan getting that life lead. But gets clipped by the forward 2-1. Big damage, switching corner positions, but a nice run under to make sure he stays as far away from that corner as possible.
And not kick confirming off of those rockets is Thursday, but it's okay. He's still going to keep the positioning. Keep pressure going, and Gandy just pressing buttons, and that is a no-no in that situation.
He's really not respecting those up missile setups. He's having a kind of a hard time dealing with it. Oh, just barely gets the orbs to come out. Gets a beautiful hit conversion. Spends 2 bars to get this damage. But here we go. Sets up 1 orb.
That's not a whole lot of damage for 2 bars. Only getting, what was that, 33%? And you just saw Sektor get that meterlessly. And here we go. Orbs out. Pressing a button while that Thunderbolt was active. But doesn't get the conversion scanning. He's still got 1 orb out. So if he pressures into another orb, it could guarantee even more pressure. Let's see what he does here. Crouches the forward 1, but gets hit by the 3. And I love the use of Superman from Gandy. He put it all on the line here in game number 2. Went for the raw 50-50 again. It paid off earlier in the round, or in the game, but not there. And Thursday, is he going to style on them? And we do get the brutality. And oh, here comes Cyber Sub-Zero, and he's going to fall to an icy death.
I got to give props to Thursday, to Imposter Shinnok for the remainder of the entire set. And really, if you take a look at it, Imposter is pretty much known for being up close and establishing mix, but GandyMan has had a lot of trouble up close. So hopefully he can adjust with this different set of tools. But Thursday is still sitting pretty comfortable right now.
And twice has tried to press a button after Health Sparks and has eaten the EX point of the Health Spark. And man, I think that Thursday's pressing a lot of buttons early because he blocked the forward 4 and then got hit with the Health Spark. And that's how you get back into a match right there, Gandy. You start off with a flawless victory off a character select.
Hold up, is this the same GandyMan we saw the past 2 games? This is the same guy, right? This has to be the same guy. It's a different player. It has to be.
This is Gandy Prime here that we're seeing.
What? You see him, he's low profiling all these missiles, trying not to block and mitigating as much meter build as possible for Sektor, because that man is an absolute machine with the meter building. So he's just taking his time now. You're seeing just the patience from GandyMan all of a sudden, but he's got to watch his feet with that string.
Hell Spark playing a great footsie game for Gandy right now. And not putting the gap out there. Using down 4 and whipping the back 1 is Thursday going the wrong direction. And it gets eaten up by the mix. And this is simple chip out territory for Gandy. He's back in this match all of a sudden. 1-2. And you know, Gandy could have secretly, and this is the unknown of fighting games, is he could have secretly selected a character that Thursday might struggle against, and you know, just seeing a character on screen that you know that you struggle against, even though it's someone that you might feel confident against and be up 2-0 on, if you see a character that you lose to a lot, you could be triggered immediately just on character select screen. He could have seen Shinnok and gone, oh lord, here comes Shinnok, and be mentally shook from that.
Oh, we all have that one or two characters that the moment they get selected, it's like you're automatically on tilt.
For
Cough, cough. Patch Kobe.
You know what? You actually took the words out of my mouth. I was about to go cough, cough, Kobutanya. Yeah. We've all been there, but here we go. Thursday playing much better. Oh, and utilizing the plus frames off the down one to get the throw from gaining 12%. Is he going to throw some mix? Generate some pressure, walking backwards and coming in with the slightest. Thursday in the shoulder actually got him out of the EX missile. Very rarely do you see anything get you out of that EX missile. That is pretty much a guaranteed pressure. That's going to chip out no matter what Thursday attempts. And wow, Gandy playing, just looking so much calmer with Shinnok.
And you could see in the choices that he's making when these rounds get close, he has much more composure. He's just way more comfortable with this character. Master Storm's Raiden, we've seen him play, you know, for the majority of the Kombat Cup, but we're seeing now just how much more fluid he is with this. But that was a beautiful read by Thursday.
That was absolutely savage, considering Gandy has meter burned every Hellspark up until that point, and Thursday just reading the one that he does not meter burn. That is one hell of a read. A teleport for teleport, and Sektor wins! What is going on? That was the same teleport!
Oh, very nice use of armor there. This EX Hellsparks to keep himself away from Thursday, getting some damage of his own in the corner. Beautiful position for GandyMan, but the back three doesn't connect. Thankfully, no punish. Thursday's going to need to be on point with that.
And no conversion off the EX rocket. And trying to give him a little taste of his own medicine was Gandy there with the teleport, and Thursday pressing a button between down 4 health sparks. There is no gap there. There is no button to press. And very good tick. That would have been 16%, but the neutral jump punch, and what a conversion from Gandy! That was OD! You need to stop it! Whoa!
Please! How did that...
For the last two games, playing perfect. A very good.
Nice use of armor. And armor just to return the favor. But he's going to need to be careful. Imposter Shinnok is very reliant on meters. So right now, he's not as scary as he normally is. And that is a full combo punish. No doubt wanted to make it safe if he had that bar. But meter is a really, really important factor to look at in this matchup.
Gandy looked like he tried to delay wake up with a low profiling normal, and the jumping was meaty enough. And look at this. Thursday now in control himself. And that's going to be the round.
Well, that was definitely whatever Thursday was thinking about in that character select screen seemed to be working. Gandy looked like he was being super impatient that round, and he might need to just kind of pump the brakes a little bit. But Thursday, still looking good. He's going to eat a lot of this damage right now, but if he gets one decent block, that's the end of GandyMan's pressure. That's the second time they've pressed the button after forward 4, but I like the flamethrowers are what has been the difference here in game number 3, or game number 5 I should say, is that those flamethrowers, he's trying to stop any momentum that Gandy's trying to get. And what a teleport read from Gandy on the EX rocket. My God. That was a beautiful, it almost looked like he was waiting for it and it had that teleport buffer. Oh no, with punish on the forward 2-1, that could have definitely helped secure this round. Gonna spend the bar, try to get the mix, but no punish again. That's twice in a row, and just go for a sweep and a down 4, and we're all tied up. This is game 5, final round to start us off here in week 10. Can it get any closer? This is getting hype, guys. Raw teleport, and he didn't even believe in it. If Thursday would have believed in that teleport working and simply hit him into the... oh, man. This is getting crazy. Both these guys have to be on their last nerve right now. Now, GandyMan's going to want to... Both of these guys need to be very careful with their meter management. He had to break, so we are sitting on absolute no meter with both players. And a clean jump in! Oh no, he had a missed input. That was definitely... He needed to get that vortex to put himself in a safe position. And that flamethrower... a little bit of damage. That flamethrower reaches up to Mount Olympus and back. That thing is massive. Again, he connecting with the forward 4 and the Hellspark. He's going to get 1 up 2 in the mix here. He's going to go for the guaranteed 16%. He does not. He actually takes it. Oh man, if he'd have tried to throw out of the corner, thinking that Thursday was going to read into the corner, it's getting crazy right now. A lot of pokes, and Gandy not canceling any of those in the Hellspark, as Thursday was going for the counter poke attempt. And the Hellspark gets him out of the start for teleport. That simple chip out, and wow, what a turnaround from Gandy. If I'm Gandy, I'm doing a fatal. He has to at least do a fatal. Coming off of a reverse 3-0.
Gandy, one of the bookkeepers of MK. This man is just a Mortal Kombat encyclopedia.
Really tough matchup for Kang. Spectral has a very awkward keep away, and as Dragon's Fire, he's going to need to be very aggressive to make sure he doesn't get put at full screen.
And very early, Kindest already getting a whiff punish on the down 3 with that back 1.
Ooh, I like the cancels that I'm seeing. You can already tell that they're crispy, but he is eating that overhead for all this juicy damage. Hard knockdown, and here comes the mix.
Spectral
and a down 1
has great meterless damage for Ermac. I mean, look, if you look across the board, looking at like Mystic and just a little bit safer than Master of Souls, as he does have that cancel. But man, does this damage add up? Whereas Mystic really has to come off a bar in order to even break even low 30s.
I mean, especially, and you take a look at in the corner where Regards is right now. If he gets clipped with a forward 2-string, he's eating 48% meterless. So no doubt this is probably one of the scariest situations. Had to break, but now Real Harris is opting to go for an aggressive style, but he has all the life lead in the world and all the space to just back up and zone him out.
And Real Harris gave him a gift with the raw lift there in the neutral, but KindestRegards didn't get the full combo punish.
Kind of trading pokes, just being very careful. KindestRegards really doesn't have a lot of life to work with here. And the blocks are there, but he's got to be careful. And the trip guard with that. The baseball bat. We're talking about the baseball bat from Walking Dead. All right, that thing is.
Woo! Okay, so confirmed. Spectral will hit you with Lucille in the corner.
That's the name. I was about to say Lucille. I was like, I know that's not it. Lucille doing absolute work in the corner. Hashtag Lucille. Oh, and just getting opened up by all these little strings, but thankfully no cancel there. But you see now all these little damage and all the little mix, chip or not, Regards is already sitting at like 35% health left.
Yeah, and Harris has played good defense against Dragon's Fire. He's just simply waited his turn.
Because he knows he's a powerhouse. He's more dangerous up close than Dragon's Fire is. When he gets that mix going, if Regards doesn't disrespect the gaps in that pressure, but Harris is just going to walk all over him.
And right there, if he did not blow up that he could potentially had to have held even more pressure. As we all know, off of that back fist, Liu Kang loves to do that down 3. That sneaky little down 3.
Just barely getting clipped. Luckily, no follow-up, but a beautiful hit confirmed drops, though. Easy part of the combo, though. And now Regards is finally in there. He wants... I would really like to see some more staggers by Regards, because he's going for the classic Dragon's Fire pressure, which does pretty well, but at the same time, Harris is expecting it. You're seeing all those backdashes. If he goes for a couple more grabs to mix something up, we might see a different result.
Oh, and perfect ground pound. Got some hits done into the corner. That's exactly what you want right there. And low profile.
Oh, just mistimes the meaty. Wait a minute. Ooh. And the reversal. And then all of a sudden, your life is completely gone. And we're seeing, gets that head slam for the quick first hit, extra bar meter there. And we're seeing Harris is just doing really well, not only with dealing with the pressure, but scouting out all those armored moves that Regards is throwing out. Regards isn't playing bad, but he needs to mix it up when he's up close. The execution, for the most part, is there. And the down 1 to respect it, but no follow-up, unfortunate.
Yeah, you have to believe at this point, if there's a full combo sitting there in the air, you have to take it. And you see that in these top players. And again, even there, that's something that you're going to see a lot of those top blues get, even if it's something, get any kind of damage off that anti-air down 1.
Here you go, spinning the bar, trying to make sure it's still his turn, but no follow-up after the down 1 that could have closed out the round. Regards still has a chance. Backdash to avoid as much chip, but doesn't watch his feet. Real Harris just staying composed.
If you're Real Harris, that's the first float that's been checked with a down 1 that's gotten anti-aired. Up until that point, he's been able to do them for absolutely free. I mean, he does not have to worry about anything. He can just simply go for a mix, go for some pressure into the float, and he hasn't had to respect anything, so he's been able to get away with it.
Spinning the bar, trying to get as much damage as possible. 35% in the hard knockdown. Well, very nice blocks. The Regards by blocks, for the most part, are there. He gets a few head slams snuck in on him. But the defense is there. It's the offense that he's really having a trouble with. And now this is just an
and
absolute
just
massacre.
Holds the levitate. He is a Dronia player.
Please, RetroTech.
Nope, goes to covert ops. Yeah, I did not see the paint.
Way to go, Aquaman. Way to go.
He has been known to pick Dronia, especially against other katanas, but going with the original mixed master of Mortal Kombat X.
Now, and you know what? I think even if he does play Dronia, Covert Ops is the right idea because that parry is a massive danger to Meriluna. With that overhead pounce, she needs to be very careful throwing that out.
Especially if she flips into an EX, man, can she get massive damage off of that. That's something we rarely get to see. But if she gets that EX parry, and goes with the X-ray early, but it's not gonna kill. This is
no, this is 100% gonna kill if he doesn't drop it. She is.
Oh, you're right. This is going to the corner. Oh, the 2 hits. Wow, that would have killed anywhere on screen. I forgot about the damage buff to the flip kick. Wow, that did some good damage.
I was just going to say, the parry is one thing. That X-ray is the scariest thing in this game next to Katana's X-ray. Okay, that is so hard to scout out. But Meriluna just needs to stay composed over the first round.
And that's 32% gone in a couple of seconds. Getting hit by the pedigree and then the pounce. That 16% adds up so fast.
And we're seeing Meriluna go not only for the overhead pounces at the right time, she's going for the low pokes, but more so, that forward 4 is really helping to mix things up. We saw how quickly she took that round by just executing that low as a threat. RetroTech just kind of taking his time. He's going for a lot of these dive kicks. That is 3 for 3 that have not been punished.
Did you see? That actually beat out the roll. That may have been a first. That was a clean normal, just simply hitting Mileena out of that roll.
I've never seen the roll get beat out by any normal in the history of this game.
That was a clean beat out. That low from Sonya actually made it underneath the earth, or underneath Outworld here, to actually hit Mileena, who hides underneath the ground to get to her opponent in that roll.
Oh, this is going to do a lot of damage. Meriluna needs at least a moral victory to get RetroTech off of that meter as soon as possible. Because if she doesn't scout out that X-ray, she's dead.
Oh, it goes up for the pressure! That is a smart X-ray because Meriluna had a lot of plus frames off of that dagger. And what a bait out from RetroTech. That was such a smart X-ray. Perfectly well.
Meriluna definitely be a little bit more mindful of that X-ray, being that she got hit by not 1 but 2 X-rays in that first game. But lands that overhead pounce to get the first hit.
And that really was the difference maker. And RetroTech is definitely going to take that moving forward. And actually had the anti-air this time from RetroTech. Is Meriluna's got away with a couple teleports in that game number 1. Going to get some decent damage here. 28%. Throws in the mix.
Unfortunately, that was a questionable breaker. She would have had that breaker for one of these combos instead, but a ball roll off of a jump in, trying to even out that life lead. Still needs to be careful. She's going to build some meter to make sure that she has that breaker if and when she gets opened up. But you see now, look at RetroTech again. What does he have right now? He's got 3 bars.
Oh, and the EX dagger very rarely thrown in the neutral, but that second dagger saving her there. If RetroTech would have landed a clean jump in, that could have been lights out.
Oh, absolutely.
And
with the 3 bars,
exactly. But even if he was able to close out, only coming off 1 bar, he would have only needed 1 bar to have X-ray going into a potential last round. That is some scary stuff. So thankfully, that second dagger came out from Meriluna, and very good for Meriluna utilizing that pounce to put RetroTech back to the corner, but has to watch out for X-ray. I don't know if RetroTech's going to use it this early since he's down around.
Oh, he's not even going to need to use it. This is probably the worst place to be if you're fighting against a Covert Op, Sonya. Because the blender is just so good. No, but you're right. He's saving that, and now the threat of the parry, even early on, is a serious problem for Meriluna.
I think Meriluna has to roll those gaps, especially on the overhead. The only time that she wouldn't be able to is if RetroTech opts to go for the low. That is a scary situation. It's a 3-way guess, guys. But there's a gap every other way except for the low.
And he's just
there we go. Just like I said, coming out of that military stance, going for the grab that time, and Meriluna just has to guess She has a 66% chance of guessing right. Overhead or low, boom, roll that baby.
And unfortunate, she went for the ball roll, hoping that RetroTech was going to throw out a button. But the ball roll gets, had the 3 bars. Didn't really seem like a good idea to use it, but she was still, that fear was instilled, and that's really what RetroTech wanted at the beginning of the set.
Oh, and put a parry on her wake up. Very good from RetroTech. Only gets 9%, but still something that MKX might have to respect down the road if she gets clipped by a couple. And instant dive kick off of the interactable opens up MKX, and both of them swinging right now.
Oh my God, the ball roll to beat out the poke. I respect it. At this point, when you're down 2-0, you can't leave anything on the table.
Very good dive kick late.
Dive kick, no hit confirmed.
Oh! And another one in the neutral. Wow, all the buttons for RetroTech are just hitting right now. But hasn't gotten anything off it. He hasn't believed anything past that. And trying to go flip kick for flip kick. It gets eaten by one of the slowest overheads in the entire game. And that is going to close it out for MKX and put RetroTech back in the corner. Very good stuff. That's how you get back in the match right there.
Now, MKX played that extremely well, but she needs to be careful missing those punishes. Because especially against a player or a character like Kombat Sonya, you cannot leave any damage on the table against her. And now you're looking down. She's back in that corner. The blocks are there.
You have to punish
that. Again.
That is #1 against Kombat Ops. If you block the mix off a military stance right, you have to make her pay. And twice now, back to back, she's gone for reversal pounce and has gotten nothing off of it. When that was just free damage sitting on the screen. But the pounce there getting an anti-air.
If MKX had some of those punishes, he could at least get RetroTech off of that meter. But we're seeing now RetroTech's going to slowly try and close up this life lead. And the parry again! He's going to steal this round. He's going to be able to follow up 2 hits, or even 1 will do it.
And very good from MKX not to break there. Although 1 roll would have closed it out, it's better to go into round 3 with 2 bars than risk it right there, and then potentially go into round 3 with no bars.
But now you're looking at this. RetroTech is just having everything going from the reads are there, the defense is there, and the meter is there when he needs it. His meter advantage and the meter usage has been so on point this entire set. And MKX is doing so many things right, but all of these missed punishes are really what's costing her the set.
Yeah, and she's gone for a lot of gimmicks here late that RetroTech has caught on to. A lot of those pounces in the rolls, he's blocked the last few, and that's going to close it out. And RetroTech is going to move on here in the Kombat Cup. MKX played well.
That's it. These points are scarce. But now we have Cyclone versus
ScarsUnseen. And a big conversion early from Cyclone and got the miswalk in as ScarsUnseen was trying to get some frames going. And wow, when your inputs are reversed and you do a kick throw to 19%, that is just disheartening to start you off. And Cyclone picking a really good character to play against Scars, as we saw Destroyer with...
my God.
Wow, and a good block early.
Beautiful block.
This is exactly the way that Destroyer started against Scars last week, and we saw Destroyer run away with it. He played an oppressively offensive character with a string like forward 1-2-1, and that was from Tremor, and he blocked the setups early. And blocked it again, wow! So Cyclone off to a huge start here. Relentless Jason can be as oppressive with that back 1-2-2, and he's blocked early. This is the exact formula that we saw Destroyer use to take down ScarsUnseen last week. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one to block, and his interactable's out. No setup has worked for ScarsUnseen. This is the most that we've seen without a setup working for Scars.
I mean, you take a look at Cyclone's defense; it's so good right now, and just kind of going for the little bits of damage. Gonna keep Cyclone in that corner for as long as possible. But Relentless Jason has no.
Oh no! And if you get hit here, you're actually dead. And luckily, Scars gets out alive. If Cyclone would have gotten a clean hit, he had 2 bars. She was actually dead. That is what's frightening about Relentless Jason, as the more you hit this man, the more he hits you.
Going through a little bit of damage, and doesn't get the block that time. ScarsUnseen getting the clinic that she wants going right now. The bomb just misses. Cyclone with the teleport, very nice to get away from that EX saw.
Ooh.
Scars is just trying to stay as slippery as possible. She has no meter to work with, so as this round goes on, She needs to be very careful.
And the armor disappeared off of the clothesline, and ScarsUnseen had the punish on the mistwalk, and here comes the breaker, but goes with the throw. He's gonna put another bomb, keeps it all unbreakable. This is getting disgusting from Scars. Oh my gosh, what just happened? That was an insane end, and Cyclone
in that first match, and that's really what let Scars, you know, stay home. See now, just like we saw, the mobility that ScarsUnseen is implementing right now to stay as slippery as possible and away from Cyclone.
And putting the mix off the red screen on the screen. And ScarsUnseen press the button there on Wake Up.
Go down one buzzsaw, just trying to get away from it,
and
but that back bash.
There is no getting away from back 122. Jason is coming in. Very good utilizing the armor off the interactable and putting the red screen out. This is perfect for Cyclone. And wow, another great start, and we'll see if Scars can weather the storm that Cyclone is putting on the screen.
Round 2.
I respect what Scars was trying to do. She was, you know, pretty much putting out a last-ditch effort to get a net during that red screen. Just didn't happen to pay off. But you see now Cyclone playing so much better with the far away. ScarsUnseen getting a little bit of damage off of that bomb. But she still needs to be careful. The neutral jump punch connects. Gets that net to connect, and here comes some nice juicy damage. No doubt we're going to see another slippery setup.
Oh, and the NJP to knock down close, and every fun blockable has gone blocked from Cyclone. This might be a world record for blocks against Cyrax, especially ScarsUnseen. And wow, look at the damage adding up so quick. And just running full in that wheel. Oh my god.
Wait a
Jason,
minute. Is this death?
Oh, the interactable.
This is death.
Not like this. And what a block. What a tip from Cyclone. And that punishes. It does not. She actually promotes. And the saw goes far enough. We're witnessing some crazy Mortal Kombat action right now. Who'd have thought this late in the game? Whoever said MKX is dead, someone needs to be put on blast here.
Someone needs to look up ScarsUnseen on YouTube and on our frickin' archive, because this is absolutely insane.
And as we're speaking, the combo from Cyclone as well, swagging it out to get back into the corner with the command grab off down one. Those were tricky inputs himself, and this is getting crazy, guys. And the choke goes far enough out of the bomb range. And that is... luckily, he doesn't get full combo. That's what we saw the demise of Cyclone. They're in game number 1, going for that mistwalk and getting punished with 1-1-1. But ScarsUnseen, finally the setup opens up Cyclone. Oh, no, like this!
What is this?
This is getting nuts. That might be death!
That's death!
Oh my gosh! That actually killed! Here we go! 1-1. This is... good job, the command grab late in the round when he's low on health. This is a slobber knocker.
You're going to see, oh, gets a clean jump, and this is going to do some great damage. She drops the back two. Very unfortunate. Well, no, you see now that slipperiness is paying off, but a whiff punish by Cyclone.
Very good bait on the armor, but... Scars,
okay, we need to talk about Cyclone. Cyclone, I'm giving him the nickname Fort Knox. This guy's defense has been unlike anything I've seen in a very long time.
And Ulysses the armor through the bomb. He says, I don't want this combo to end. I just don't. Came off the bar just to keep it going, just to send a message to Scars. Stop putting these bombs out. I've got the reactions. And that is the savage wake up from Cyrax. And,
is this going to kill?
And even though that was a buffer from ScarsUnseen, the little teabag mid-combo. Ooh.
Hey, but we need to talk about something that was very smart by ScarsUnseen, because if Cyclone hit her with that EX choke, she was dead.
Oh, it throws out of the mistwalk into the bomb, and another throw in the bomb. This is just Swag City. We've entered Swag City.
Now you see Cyclone still staying unfazed. The defense is still so on point by Cyclone. And even ScarsUnseen having some nice blocks of her own. 4-3, just sliding right on in. And she's trying to find where that net is. Can't find it. The blocks are still there, and it down 2. And the net, luckily he did the EX.
There was a whiff punish on the screen. Scars put out a very slow back 1, and Cyclone was walking up. Could have had the back 1-2-2. Huge punish. And puts out the EX bomb. And Scars is going to take game number 3. If this goes to a game 5, time. And, you know, so what if he shows his appreciation by, you know, stabbing you a couple times and breaking your neck?
You know what? They're love stabs, though.
Yeah.
They're love stabs. You feel how much he cares about you. And look at all these love taps that he's doing into the red screen. Trying to get something set up. And the EX interactable, so smart to know that the only two buttons that don't change are the interactable button and the grab. You know, just taking her time, setting some bombs up. In the meantime, building some meter that she desperately needs right now. Immediately throwing one away, but the 4-3 slide connecting. Nice air-to-air by Cyclone. Oh, doesn't cancel into the net. And another no cancel.
Oh! And a
Cyclone.
Savage down too, but luckily that EX
That's
bomb
dead.
recovered. And oh no, not like this again! Oh my Lanta, 24% off the command grab. Cyclone, that has now saved him twice.
Cyclone just saying, "Come here, baby. I just want a hug."
Just wants a hug.
Stay away from the flow.
Very good from Cyclone,
Dumb
not
chick
pressing a
and
button.
beautiful hit confirm here, and a down one choke just to get some extra damage. 26%.
Oh, and the net sniping him out of the sky.
Okay, so keeping the momentum in her favor right now. Neutral jump punch, hard knockdown.
And all of the overheads into the low through a
Oh
different
no,
mix than we
unfortunately,
usually see.
we don't see her drop
But
combos like that. You know, down one in the saw, just trying to keep something going inside. Cyclone not having a lot of health left, so you know what that means. If Scars gets opened up with no meter, she is dead.
How has Cyclone been able to tick or break all of these throws? That's good. And that one was behind Scars. And I mean, they've been so clutch from Cyclone. Didn't save him there. With a back one going underneath. And now he's got the corner pressure going, and Scars has no meter. But he threw the unblockable throw in the grab. But the downside is that they're out of the corner. Now he's going to eat some mix of his own.
That was a beautiful scout on that teleport, leading to all this damage. Now the interactable is there. Is she going to put it into play with these setups?
Very good use.
Tried to break the armor. Oh my god.
That armored mistwalk has 1,000 hits of armor.
Jason
On
just
the down one!
get a hug.
Anti-air behind him. Oh my god. And throwing a gimmick with the mistwalk. This time, Scars didn't have the reaction. Anti-air down one in a full combo. Red screen of death is on the... It's red screen of death! Oh no!
This is very scary for either player.
Oh,
and the hyper armor's
up!
on.
This is so scary.
If he doesn't do this, he's dead.
Oh no!
And he's dead. Wait a minute!
Doesn't
No
get the
punish!
punish! It was there! Oh no, we are going to a game 5 between these two. Can it get it?
Let's to compose ourselves. Here we go, game number 5. No amount of damage can go on the table. I almost like the fact she took that last hit of the string to stay away from what Jason can do up close. Here we go, beautiful conversion by Cyclone. And the back one into the hug. Feeling all of the love. You see ScarsUnseen is getting a little bit shaken up close because Cyclone is playing at such a fast pace right now.
And wow, running away with it now is Cyclone. And that is plus. We finally see the big boot in play. That's a staple in Jason play. And Cyclone is on match point with 3 bars of meter. And very good, but the choke does an anti-air and had to break. And now Scars has the advantage in this round.
Ooh. Nice little bit of extra damage going in there, but Shinobi Fort Knox Cyclone. This guy's damage, his defense is absolutely insane right now. Even for the idea, it's almost like he knew what to expect from ScarsUnseen's Cyrax.
And that down 2 not beating out the throw a little too early, maybe a little too far away, and getting the whiff punish of Scars. But we've seen the use of throw from Scars has been outstanding. And oh, forcing the break. I don't know about that one. Jason wouldn't have gotten huge damage. He's not a damage machine mid-screen.
And just a little bit of damage into the guaranteed setup. Interactable to stay away. ScarsUnseen needs to get away from Cyclone, but Cyclone putting on a clinic so close to closing out the set. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Watch out for the armor, though.
There's the armor. The armor's in play. Down 1. Reverse grab. It's teched again.
Ew, that's gonna do it for Scars. iLuusions going with Cassie Bay. And Adonis here going with Inferno Scorpion. We are seeing some variations tonight.
God, man, my heart is still hurting right now, man. I need a second to recuperate. But here we go. Adonis going up against iLuusions. And Interesting to see Adonis go Inferno. I know he's kind of an advocate that Inferno isn't as bad as people say, although not the strongest of the variations. Still somewhat viable. Looking for a little bit more of a zoning approach, and the EX low just letting it rip. Shades of Mitsuones.
Yeah, this is a variation that outside of Fatal 8 Day 0. I mean, outside of Bracket, that was the early variation where it was just, man, the damage off the mixes were insane. And wow, just ticking it seems, to the down 3 into the X-Ray. iLuusions trying to send the message early. He says, I ain't falling for this early, okay? I want the advantage, and I want it now. And this is the last match before top 16 starts, guys. So after this match, we're going to get top 16 going, and we're rolling tonight.
This has been absolute. Tell me iLuusions did it down 3 in the X-Ray on block.
I mean,
did I say, oh my god, the back?
He did.
Is this Adonis or is this Mitsuones? Please. What year is this? What year is this? Is this 2017? Because I'm looking at Inferno taking Brawler Cassie on for most of her life right now.
This is 2015, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I must be looking at the wrong calendar, man. I don't know what happened, but I am looking at Inferno taking a round off of Brawler Cassie right now. And really faring well. Adonis is going, and that is the mix. But wow, iLuusions dropping an easy punish from up close and baiting the armor. That was so smart. But the standing 3 and the little minion not paying off. Beautiful empty jump in on the block. Knew he would have gotten trip guarded if he hit a button there.
Adonis pressing another button after down 3. That's something that you have to watch out for, as iLuusions is going to have an X-ray soon. If we see another down 3 X-ray work, I'm going to be speechless. Oh, comes off the breaker, those iLuusions. It closes out with the guns right after. Not making the switch is still something that no one is going to hold against you.
Going for the post. He's just going to try and ride it out here. And like we said, he's not doing bad. The defense seems to be a variability across all of his characters, but he still needs to be careful throwing out the mixes like that. That low minion is full combo punish from anywhere on screen. Again, but a missed jump and punch saves him from all of that damage.
Yeah, we've seen some dropped punishes from iLuusions.
And just the 4-3 flip kick, letting it rip with no meter for a breaker. That is just the definition of savagery. Another raw flip kick. And then just the mix. No doubt going to try and go for chip. The regular teleport on wake up to try and get something going. At the very least, keep himself out of that corner going into round number 2. Proves sufficient moral victory for Adonis. Oh, but a massive whiff, and this is going to give Adonis a nice chunk of damage here. But misses the rest of the combo after the back minion. Here we go, plus frames for iLuusions all across the board. And a down 1 into the grab. And we're seeing this is pretty much a scramble for the corner. Adonis is content with keeping the mid-screen range more so than iLuusions is, because iLuusions, as Brawler Cassie, has ridiculous mix potential in the corner. Back 1-2 in the EX flip kick, taking out that gap.
And does get the stainless conversion, very smart stuff from iLuusions, and gets Adonis off the bar, trying to EX teleport.
Adonis not out of this just yet, but he's going to get even with some of this damage, and this might actually kill, and it does.
And the teabag from iLuusions.
We're going to have to hope for the best here, especially for Adonis. He now finally went to one of the characters he's more known for, but he has a lot of work to do. The 4-2 clips is an anti-air, going to get a beautiful little conversion here. No doubt, 32% into restand. 4-2 in the takedown, establishing that threat nice and early, but kind of misses out on some damage there on that punish. Throws the monk, who wanted absolutely nothing to do with this fight. Moment of silence for the monk.
All he wanted to do was pray on.
He's really just. You know, all those monks are really just praying to Paulo, right?
They're just praying for buffs.
They're just praying for buffs, like the rest of us do. We just don't show it like they do. Maybe that's what we need. We need to set up candles and have a statue of Paulo to get the buffs we want. We've been doing it all wrong, Aquaman.
You're absolutely right. We need to hold a candle vigil. Just with his with the $50, a stack of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, here we go. The back one in neutral, and great hit confirmed from Illusions. And it was in simple chip out territory, but any mix here. Oh, and he did the okie doke, throwing the fade on the teleport into EX teleport. Now we're back in the game.
You know for a fact that Illusions just looked up at the sky after getting hit with that gimmick. Because he's the last person that gets hit with things like that. Adonis, a beautiful time to throw out the last trick, the last ace in his sleeve to kind of secure that round. You gotta give Adonis credit for that one.
Got a thing for punishment.
Getting some damage, meeting air to air, Illusions forcing Adonis to break there. Back 1-2 in the EX flip kick. The only thing that I'm really not seeing a lot from Illusions, although he's doing extremely well with bare bones Cassie gameplay, we don't see a lot of tick grabs from him. And he really doesn't need it. I mean, he's doing so well on set point, looking to 3-0 Adonis. And maybe if he added in some tick grabs, he could end this pretty quickly, but Adonis has had some pretty decent defense outside of those missed punishes, not something you want to miss out on. And scouting out perhaps one of the only command grabs that Illusions has thrown out this entire set.
And catching him with that extended range that ninjutsu offers. Ooh, and went for the anti-crossover stand one, but doesn't get it. And Adonis now has the lead and the momentum going. Tried to use the hit stun to catch Illusions pressing a button maybe. I would have gone for a mix off that hit stun myself. And what a whip punish from Illusions. Wow, the spacing from this man.
Got a thing for punishment.
You know what? I respect the fact that Adonis didn't use meter in his combo in case he has to break this right now. And he goes for the X-ray! Now, here's the thing. This is not going to kill. This is going to be very close, but if Illusions gets in on him, this is going to be trouble. But he is in chip-out situation. See the amount of patience, the staggers, the down threes. Trying to just stay away from the last bit of chip damage.
Oh,
and
the
the
teleport.
Portal. If that portal's up and he gets pushed out, he's virtually a sitting duck.
Yeah, and that 4-2, if he gets a portal up, and if Illusions does anything that isn't going to trade with that 4-2, I mean, that is a free breaking launcher there through the portal.
Wow, and a down three in the 1-2 EX rune. Here comes the trance. Gonna break it early to try to keep that portal from not being in play, but technically a punish on the block spear with the portal. Very smart by Illusions. Gonna try and build more meter, spending all of it to keep himself as much of an advantage. Now the gravity is gonna do a lot of work. He's gonna end the combo early.
Ooh, and catching the startup of a teleport. And just like that,
4-2.
Illusions actually has to respect those 4-2s. He can't try to back two or simply string his way through anything, because that back two will armor break and launch, and that would have potentially spilled death.
Now, Illusions played that very well, but we're talking about the same thing from before, about the amount of pushback on all those block strings that Adonis has as ninjutsu. Here we go, getting the restand, 33% into the mix. Unfortunately, nothing to spare.
And we also forgot about that. He went for the sweep, which is also double hitting. Luckily, Illusions only got hit by the second hit and was still able to be standing. Oh, and running up in the raw back three, and he didn't have anything to keep that safe.
And a beautiful switch of positions there with the cross-up jump. Puts the portal into play, but just out of range from it. And here we go. And that armor actually
saves him.
Down three in the standing 4 trance. What a beautiful anti-air. Adonis has to break here. Could still take this round. Illusions puts the portal into play.
And he did the right thing, which is absorb the second hit and double overhits off the jump in. And Illusions is gonna take it just like that. And with Skydrop of all things.
To the floor. Illusions. Beautiful composure, beautiful adjustment, and solid game.